Jazwares, it's a girl Ruby fangirl. Happy New Year's, everyone. The last day of 2025. Isn't that quite insane? This year just went by so fast. And so, to honor the last day of 2025 and reach the new year of 2026, I thought why not talk about a FNAF item. It's of course Jazwares. Since, if you guys remember that I did do like a Jazwares like FNAF video, but that was over like the figures. Now, I got all of the Jazewares plushies as of this point in time, because there is like a wave 2 that's coming out. I'll do a video on that once I get all of the plushies. So yeah, for those who don't know, Jazware has gotten like these brand new plushies after Funko lost like the license last year, and they basically come the new era of the FNAF merch, most specifically the Jazwares era. So I'm gonna go through all of the plushies that I have of Wave 1. And we'll start off, like, basically in order of the plushies that I got. Because I actually have, like, shown, like, these plushies in the past. So, I will go in full more detail on, like, those kind of plushies. So, without any further ado, let's get into the very first plush. And the very first plush that I have is, of course, Nightmare Marion. The very first, like, exclusive of, like, this plushie wave. Yeah, because he was, like, the only one that they had, like, a box lunch at the time. But since now, like Jazwares has released a brand new, like, exclusive for Wave 2, and it's, of course, gonna be Lefty. But I know he's not gonna be, like, in, like, either Hot Topics or box lunches, like, anytime soon. But let's go over, like, Nightmare Marion. And he looks amazing. Like, look at the detail on his face. He actually really looks like the plushie. Like, basically, like, Nightmare Marion's features. Like, with the eyes, the stripes on his, like, basically the tears in his eyes, his teeth. And also, unlike Funko, they actually did, like, some stitching on him, which is something, like, kind of, like, rare, like, for FNAF plushies to have at that point in time. And I really like how they actually embroidered, like, his face, and kind of very similar to what they'll do with the puppet, and he got, like, his stripes. And the one attention to detail you people not realize is that they actually did some stitching on right here to basically show off, like, his ribcage, because, like, that's actually what he looks like in his character model. Overall, as the very first plush I got, I'm actually really excited. And almost all the plushies, their eyes can glow in the dark. So, basically, once I reach the last plush, I'll definitely show you almost all of the plushies that glow in the dark. So, we'll do that at the very end. So now, let's move on to the next plush. And next up is, of course, the puppet, which does feel kind of weird putting her with, like, the classics, because if you already know, like, the classic, like, plushies that they made, basically Freddy, Bonnie, Chicken, and Foxy, those are coming out later, but they decided to put, like the puppet alongside them, despite her being, I don't know, a FNAF 2 character. But, you know what? Look, they did the same thing with Nightmare Marion. It's kind of a bit weird putting him on there, but you know what? Whatever. And overall, I really like this, like, plushie. It looks really good. Although the face looks slightly weird, because I know it's quite hard to put, like, her face, like, onto a plushie. But very similar to Nightmare Marion, they did put more embroidering on her, but look at her face. Like, she looks like that she got, like, slapped in the face, like, so many times that all the way the point went flat. So, yeah, just like Nightmare Marion, she's got, like, all the stitching and stuff like that. And also she got, like, her crying ears, like her lips, the blushies. Well, I mean, Nightmare Marion didn't have that, but yeah. And of course she got, like, the buttons around here. And they're also, like, stitched on. And she also has, like, the stripes on her, arms and legs. Overall, really weird plush to put in, but I still like this plush. And next up, we got to the classics. And now, the first one that I got is, of course, Bonnie. My man, Bonnie. Yes. And can I just say, he looks freaking adorable. So, like, from his adorable ears to his bow tie. And he feels so soft. I actually really like this plush. Because I actually do have, like, the Bonnie, like, Funko plush. Also very similar to the puppet, I forgot to mention that I also got, like, the Funko version. And just like almost the rest of them, like, Bonnie's eyes can actually glow in the dark. Because I forgot to mention this, The only plushie that can't actually, like, eyes can't glow in the dark is the puppet, which I don't know why that is, but whatever. And also, like, the bow tie actually has a different kind of, like, feel to it. It's like almost like that kind of, like, soft fabric, but, like, I always feel, like, sensitive, like, to those, like, different kind of fabrics, but you know what, why not? And unlike the Funko version, he doesn't actually have, like, a tail, which makes sense, because he doesn't really have, like, a tail, but you know what I mean. And they did some embroidery on his ears, and his nose, like, and his nose looks really adorable. Overall, really good plushie. Let's move on to the next one. And next up, we have Chica. And can I just say, this is easily the best Chica plush they had. Way better than the Funko version. Because once I saw, like, the picture of the Funko version, I'm like, what did they do with Chica? Like, seriously. Jazwares, I'm gonna give you 1,000 times of credit. You actually gave us a very accurate Chica. And so, from the details that we got her adorable face. Even though the tufts, like, of her head is different, because it's supposed to be, like, a circle. But you know what? Whatever. It's like, look, I'm not gonna, like, ignore that attention to detail. That's probably, like, the best they can do. And also, she got, like, her, iconic bib with the let's eat. And also, it actually extends behind her. That is actually really clever. And, like, seriously, she looks freaking adorable. And of course, we got, like, her cupcake, and he also looks freaking adorable. Even though, like, the top part is like a sewing or something like that, but look at him. He's so cute. I mean, how can't I say no to this Chica? This is the very first Chica plush I got, and I'm actually really happy I got her first. So let's move on to the next plush now, because this is just keeps getting better and better. And next up, we got the main man himself, Freddy Fazbear. And oh my god, he looks amazing. Way better than the Funko version, I would say, because they actually gave him, like, you know, dark brown and stuff like that. Unlike the Funko version, they always make him light brown for some reason. He got his top hat and his tie, and because unlike, like, Bonnie's, like, he has, like, a different kind of, like, texture to it. Like, also very similar to, like, the bow tie right here, which does feel kind of weird, but honestly, it actually matches, like, with Freddy in this kind of style. So yeah, and we got his adorable ears that's embroidered, and his nose can't really honk, so that's kind of a shame, but you know what, whatever. And, like, seriously, like, Jazwares never fails to impress me with these plushies. And this part right here kind of bothers me a bit because, well, I actually got this from Amazon at the time, and it was, like, in a bag. So, yeah, that's kind of like a disappointment, because if you have, like, the same problem I have with, like, Freddy's top hat, please tell me, because I am not, like, the only person that has this problem. But now, let's move on to the very last plushie that they released, and of course, the recent one that I just got. And that's, of course, Foxy the Pirate. Yarg, mateys. And he looks adorable, like, from his patch, the ears, and he doesn't really have any clothes on the bottom, isn't he? But he's supposed to have, like, pants. Look, yes, I know. This is based off, like, the Foxy, plushie, but give him, like, a piece of clothing, like, give him pants or something. And also, like, his teeth are actually sewed in, unlike the Funko version that really wasn't. And of course, he actually his eye can glow in the dark with just this one eye and not this one. And he has, like, his tuft of fur right here, and, like, seriously, Jazwares, you never failed to impress me. And now, since we took a look at all the plushies, let's take a look and see what they look like in the dark. Alright guys, we're in my closet, and we're gonna try Nightmare Marion and see if his eyes glow in the dark, because these parts right here can actually glow in the dark. But I'm just making them glow a lot more better, because if you guys remember from my previous video, this one has, like, a hard time, like, glowing in the dark. So let's turn off the lights and see what it looks like in 3, 2, 1. Oh, that looks really cool. And actually, he does look quite scary like that. Let me make sense, because his eyes actually do glow in the dark in the game, so it does make sense. So yeah, I'm actually quite impressed with ya. Alright, next up, we got my boy Bonnie. I hope he doesn't disappoint me, because, like, Nightmare Marion's was actually, like, quite scary. So let's see if they actually make, like, Bonnie really adorable. Alright, in 3, 2, 1. Wow! Oh my god! Like, seriously, that looks really cool! Oh my god. Well, I mean, you can't see his whole entire face, but, well, that's the best you can do. So, yeah, that looks really cool. Now let's move on to, like, to the next plushie. Alright, next up we got, like, Chica and the Cupcake, because I did forgot to mention that Cupcake also, his eyes also can glow in the dark, so just FYI on that. And now let's turn off the light and see what they look like in 3, 2, 1. Wow, that looks really cool. They can see you, even though it's kind of creepy that they, both of their eyes can glow in the dark and they can see right through your souls, like to Bonnie, like basically losing all their adorableness. But anyway, let's get into Freddy. Alright, now we get into Freddy, and we're gonna see what he looks like in the dark. Even though he does kind of remind me, like, of the FNAF 4 Freddy plush from, of course, FNAF 4. So, let's see what he looks like when he glows in the dark. So, 3, 2, 1. Wow, very similar, to the rest of them. He looks pretty cool. I mean, can't you really tell the difference? They all look kind of the same. But you know what? Since it's actually Freddy that really reminds me of, FNAF 4, why not? So now, let's get into Foxy. Alright guys, we got, Foxy, but unlike the rest of them, like I said, earlier ago, that only this eye actually glows. So, basically we're gonna see, a Cyclops. Alright, let's see what he looks like in 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's coll. Like I said, he really looks kind of weird with one eyeball because he looks like he's a Cyclops. But all in all, very cool. And that's all of, the plushies that glow in the dark. Actually very high quality, very similar, to the action figures. And I'm actually quite really, proud of them for actually doing this. So, cut back, to future me showing off, basically the grand finale of these plushies because they deserve a lot of praise. And that's my plushies and what they look like in the dark. And I just love to say this, Jazwares, you are the best. You made not just the best figures, but the best FNAF plushies ever. I am so excited to get the next wave, and I'm gonna go insane over those. So keep an eye on that for next year. So I'd like to know from you guys, which one of these is your favorite? Do you have any of these plushies? And which one is your favorite? I would love to know in the comments below. And now I will see you guys in the next video.